About 6 to 7 years ago, when I started my first online coaching business, I had done some stuff. I had a really successful career, great salary, great team. I'd done some other business ventures before, and so I thought, you know what? I've got it as a new coach. Of course, there was a good amount of arrogance there, and because of that, I really had to learn some unexpected business lessons in order to succeed and become a little bit more humble. So today I'm going to share with you 5 unexpected and incredibly important business lessons I had to learn as a new coach in order to succeed. And my hope is these will help you kind of condense your own timeline a little bit and get to your own next goal that much faster. So let's jump right into it. The first lesson that I had to learn was to prepare for failure. Now, this was unexpected because I had absorbed what we are all taught, that, you know what, failure is just a part of it. You have to be okay with it. I had to learn to go beyond being just okay with failure to actually preparing for it. So what I mean by that is, for example, let's say as a new coach, you're writing a social media post. You think it's the best thing ever. You've put so much time into it, and then you post it online. And unfortunately, you get no likes, no responses, and no comments. That can be really demotivating. And what you have to do is, in that kind of situation, think beforehand, what am I going to do if this happens? Am I going to give up? Am I going to really just learn from this? Like, okay, maybe I could have written this in a more engaging way. Maybe I could have shared it in a different way. Maybe I could have shared it in a different place and gotten a bit more engagement that way. And how am I going to respond next time? How am I going to feel? I'm not going to let myself sulk for like a week and then think, okay, I'm giving up. I'm going to prepare my tactical, my physical, my emotional responses before it happens, so that when it happens, I already have a plan in place. I'm not relying on my emotion or my willpower, because that's going to be at the lowest. And I gave a really straightforward example, but I've used that for really everything when planning my promotions, my launches, new products, any new goal that I'm setting for revenue, profit, whatever business goal that I'm setting, to really always prepare for the failure, so that, of course, you're not hoping for it, but if it happens, you've got it in hand and you're just going to learn from it and bounce back even stronger than ever. Business lesson number 2 is that consistency always beats any one thing. And what I mean by that is, over the years, I've seen so many people, new coaches, come to me and say, Louisa, I know if I just get this webinar, this social media post, this email, this sales page, whatever, right? It's just going to make the world of difference. And even if they don't say those exact words, you can tell they're thinking that. Hey, I've been there. Maybe you've been there too. When the truth is, yes, you can have something do really well. And of course, you always want to do the best you can for any one thing, any one product, sales page, any of the things that I just mentioned. But the truth is, no matter how good any one thing is, even if it does so well that it goes viral, that's only going to last for so long. It's only going to take you so far. Consistency will outperform any of those other things. And by consistency, I mean showing up day in and day out, sharing content, letting your people know, hey, I'm here to stay, and you can trust that my stuff is good always. And I have to say, over the years, I've been at this for about 6-7 years now in this business, and I have never gone really viral. I've had some really big successes. Like I've had about for 4 to 5 close to $1 million launches without affiliates. I've done some cool stuff. I've been featured in a lot of media publications. I continue to run a consistently growing 7-figure business. But the truth is, none of it happened overnight. None of it was the result of any one thing. And to this day, in fact, I have people who buy my programs even only after having been a part of my audience for 5, 6+ years, because that's when they were ready. And so the key to continuing and really succeeding is not to, yes, do your best and aim for the best for any one thing. But if it doesn't go as viral as you'd hoped, if it doesn't succeed as much as you'd hoped, that's okay. Really keep in mind that over the long term, the course of your business, your life, that showing up consistently, building your audience, doing the things to build your business is going to outperform any one burst. And I wish I'd really absorbed it earlier because that would have really helped motivate me even more. So hopefully that helps you. All right, so business lesson number 3 is to never assume. And this can apply to so many things, but I am talking specifically about when it comes to hiring somebody. And this can be hiring a coach, hiring a mentor, investing in a course, for me specifically, the situation I'm thinking of is hiring a video team. And what I mean by don't assume that they're giving you the best rate off that. Don't assume that they're on the same page as you in terms of the deliverables, the time frame, the budget. Don't assume that in the case that something doesn't go well, you guys are going to be on the same page for what you owe and what you don't owe. Always lay all of that out from the beginning. Earlier in my business, I thought, okay, you know what? I'm just going to be the nice person. I'm going to assume they have the same values as I do. We're on the same page. I don't want to be really annoying and get all detailed about it. And so the first time I hired a video team to shoot a video series for me, I just said, okay, great. This is the kind of video I'm thinking about. Let's do it, right? Didn't talk through any of the other details. Assumed we were on the same page. When I got back the video, the quality was so bad. The lighting was bad. I was standing in front of a white wall and somehow they'd made the wall look like I was standing in an alleyway, like a dark, dirty alleyway. The lighting made my makeup look just overly done and not professional at all. And I could not use it. And, I had already paid, I think maybe $2,000, $3,000. And I said, guys, I can't use this at all. Now, I want to make sure this is fair to both of us. What can we do? And they actually had insisted on just me paying the full amount. Now, back then I didn't have the confidence that I do now either. If I were to redo that, I would say, guys, I would have made it clear in the beginning, frankly, but I would have said, guys, you cannot charge me the full price for this. Looks nothing like that product that you guys made that I said we were aiming for, I would have handled it completely differently. But because of that, I just said, you know what? Had a good cry and then paid them and then learned my lesson from that. So don't assume, always lay it out. Don't be afraid of being annoying. It's your responsibility to yourself. And in the end, it'll help protect everybody, frankly. So that's lesson number 3. Lesson number 4 is that being kind does not mean that you let people walk all over you. It's one thing to be kind, to be compassionate, to be in integrity, to care about the people you're helping, the clients you're working with. But that does not mean you let them break their contracts. You let them say, hey, if you cared about me, you wouldn't make me pay. If you cared about me, you would let me book the calls with you whenever I want, or have a super long payment plan, or you would just provide me in this $500 course, the same amount of coaching and attention and service that you provide in your $5,000 coaching package. I'm giving you a few examples of things that I have experienced and I know happen to a lot of new coaches. And the thing is, at the time, I was just trying to do the right thing. I thought, you know what, that makes sense. I want to be nice. I want to take care of people. And so, okay, let me just say yes. And it was easier to say yes than, frankly, be in my own boundaries and say no. Just because I care about you does not mean that I don't respect myself and the agreements that we agreed to. So that took me, frankly, years to really feel into and develop my confidence around. But nowadays, my belief is this: be kind, be in integrity. At the same time, be kind to yourself. Be kind to everyone around you, because when you hold others to the standards that they agreed to, let's be very clear, you're not making them do anything they didn't already agree to up front when they hired you as a coach, when they bought your course, whatever the situation. You are setting an example for them and for everyone in your audience around you and for yourself, that you are up-leveling the basic integrity of everyone, or you're holding everyone around you. I don't want to say up-leveling, to a minimum that is fair to everyone, that is kinder to everyone, and that's going to have you feeling good about your business and allow you to continue to grow it and share the things that you need to share to be able to help more people. So that's lesson number 4. The 5th and final lesson is, the truth is, no matter how hard you try, you cannot make everyone happy. Let me tell you, I have quite a few courses that I use to teach all different aspects of building your own online coaching and or course business. However, for about the first 3 years, I focused on teaching, selling, delivering one flagship course alone, my Employee to Entrepreneur course. And for 3 years, I went through about 6, 7 massive iterations of it as I learned how to teach better, as I was figuring out how to help craft this course in a way to help people get the best results possible. And I thought at the end of that time, 3 years of this, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, money, time invested. Okay, this is perfect. It's going to make everyone happy. You can't find a better product on the market. And yet I was shocked when people would say, you know what, I don't like this because of this and this and this. And the truth is, what I had to learn over time is that you are never going to make everyone happy. You've got to do your best. You've got to be in integrity. And frankly, the majority of your clients are going to be happy if you do that. I have to say, to this day, I have some of the lowest refund, default, things like that rates that I know of, frankly, in my industry. But the truth is, there are always going to be people who you don't know what's going on with them and their situation that you might just not be the perfect fit for. And that's okay. Learn to be okay with that. Don't take it as a sign that you're flawed or your product isn't good enough. Yes, try and make the best that you absolutely can, but also know that that's just the way things are. So those are 5 lessons that I wanted to share with you that I hope you found really, really helpful. Now, if you have, I've got a few other things that I'd love to share with you. So the first is I would love to share with you a great video that frankly everyone can use on how to get testimonials, especially if you're a new coach, but really in general as well. I'll link that video for you either somewhere on this screen and or in the description below. I also have a great PDF for you on my 15-second script to get your first or next paying client. So again, I will link that somewhere on the screen and or in the description below. So go ahead and check that out and you can get that if you want that. If you are new here, you found this really helpful, please make sure that you hit subscribe to be notified every week when I release a brand new video on building your own online coaching and or course business. And that is it for today. Thanks so much for being here, and I will see you next time.